Yeah! You thought you were going to be watching the newest episode of Combo Breaker, but it is I, Combo Breaker, here to prevent you from watching it for the moment so I can plug my Discord among other things. So, yeah, in case you haven't caught on from the past few episodes, I'm here to plug my Discord. There'll be a link to it in the description down below, and I really hope you guys join. You can submit fan art, suggest ideas, post memes, talk to me, and get hints for what the next battle is going to be. Honestly, guys, it's a lot of fun in there. Anyway, let's move on with the new. You thought we were going to be watching the episode, but I have yet another thing to plug. You see, me and a pal of mine, Z-Dog, have been working on something kind of special for you guys. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered who won an episode of Combo Breaker, but you're too lazy to go rewatch it? Well, allow me to solve your problem with the Combo Breaker win-loss record. Every character that's ever been on my show will be on there with their win and loss record. It'll not only have how many times they've won, but the characters they fought and if they won or not. Hell, if they were in a free-for-all, I'll even tell you what place they got. So, yeah, that's all. So go ahead and enjoy the episode, guys.
Step inside my twisted world, where heroes will collide. Villains are the only evil, there are no fucking sides. Every match will test their stats, every loss and win are weighed. Any chance they thought they had could all end up in vain on Combo Breaker.
So, let me ask you a question. When you think of classic horror, what do you think of? Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fucking Child's Play, Silent Hill, Alone in the Dark, Splatterhouse, Doom, fucking Wolfenstein. I don't know, there's like a million things I think of. Wow, you named like everything but what I needed you to. Well, you asked me a question, so I answered it the way I was gonna answer it. Anyway, you were supposed to mention Halloween and Resident Evil, you know, the two most iconic classic horror things from back in the day. Fair, but you didn't tell me that. And how is that supposed to relate to today's fight? Well, today's combatants come from those series. So, who are today's combatants? I'm glad you asked. Allow me to tell you. Leon S. Kennedy, the badass cop and zombie killing expert from Resident Evil. And Michael Myers, the Halloween slasher from Haddonfield, Illinois. Resident Evil. A game franchise that doesn't actually know what it wants to be. Isn't it just a zombie game? Well, I mean, to be fair, there's a shit ton of zombie games. It's not exactly a genre, saying as though there's so many ways to play zombie games. I'm pretty sure zombie game is a genre. So you're gonna sit here and tell me Plants vs. Zombies and Dead Rising are the same genre? Yeah, you kill zombies in each one, so they're the same genre. You realize that one's a tower defense game full of plant puns, and the other one's a sandbox zombie slaughtering game full of creative weapons and special moves, right? Yep, same genre. You kill zombies, same thing. Okay, you know what? You have derailed me so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back to my original point. Resident Evil does not know what it wants to be. The first three games were survival horror games with tank controls where careful movements were the only way to survive. Alright, cool, they're set their identity. But then Resident Evil 4 comes around and tried to be more action-oriented. But they kept the tank controls for some freaking reason, and the game's just super nauseating with tank controls, alright? And then Resident Evil 5 and 6 were essentially, oh holy hell, look, there's a bunch of zombies, we need to go kick their ass with a shit ton of guns and big testosterone-filled biceps. And don't even get me started with Resident Evil 7. That one was just straight up horror, and there was like 2 zombies in the entire game. How would you know? You didn't even get through the first area. You turned the brightness all the way to max like you usually do, walked to the door to enter the cabin, and the first second when the lights went out and you couldn't see anything, you turned off the game. Well, yeah, I had my brightness on max and I couldn't see anything. I mean, honestly, that shit's scary. Wouldn't you turn off the game? You're such a wuss. Oh, really? I'm the wuss. Last time I checked, you had to play Dead by Daylight with the lights on. So who's the coward now, jackass? Still you. I just don't want to strain my eyes playing in the dark. Screw you. Wait, who are we even talking about? Whose analysis is this supposed to be? Oh yeah, this is supposed to be Leone's analysis. Oh yeah, we're supposed to be doing Frank West's analysis. Oh yeah, this is supposed to be Leon Scott the Waz's analysis. Oh yeah, this is Leon Scott Kennedy's analysis. Wait, was that one actually correct? Yes! Oh yeah, alright, so what kind of cool powers does this guy have? Powers? You know Leon's just a guy, right? So he's like Saitama or Matt with like super strength, right? Nope, he's just a guy with a bunch of guns that he can use to tear through his enemies. Man, these past few episodes have really raised the bar on shit to talk about. Honestly, it'd be a nice change of pace to just talk about weapons. So by all means, let's go on with Leon's arsenal. Well, Leon's signature weapon is his specially modified Silver Ghost handgun. Silver Ghost? I know it's been a while, but the Silver Ghost is Frank West's handgun, not Leon's. Just look, it's the first weapon you get in Dead Rising, so you get it from this ugly zombie lady. That's not a zombie, that's just a special agent. Oh, holy shit, the graphics were hideous! Doesn't change the fact that she gives Frank the one-of-a-kind Silver Ghost handgun. Yeah, but that's because Dead Rising doesn't give two shits about any sort of cannon. Not only does he have Leon's one-of-a-kind Silver Ghost, but he's also got the friggin' Mega Buster Proto Shield, and he can perform the Raging Demon by turning into a Kuma. Honestly, Frank West gives zero craps. Well, no wonder it took Spider-Man to finally take that son of a bitch down on this show. Yeah, anyway, Leon being an ex-cop is quite proficient with handguns, and thus carries more than one. You see, Leon also carries a modified Desert Eagle he got from his dad. I mean, it's not nearly as cool as the Goomba belt buckle I got from my dad, but it's still pretty badass. Huh, a kick-ass cop whose signature weapon is a handgun? I didn't think we were talking about John McClane this episode. Wouldn't Rick Grimes make more of a sense for this reference since he fights zombies as a cop and has a signature handgun? Ah, but you see, that's making a generous assumption that the person writing this had more than 2 brain cells. Wait, I'm writing this, and you're me, so that means that you also only have 2 brain cells. I didn't think about that. Probably due to your lack of brain cells. What? Exactly! All that weirdness aside, Leon has to have some sort of bigger guns, because honestly, I don't think he can handle all these big-ass zombies with a few pew-pew pistols. Well, I mean, he also carries a rifle for longer-range shots against whatever mutants come at him, and he also wields this shotgun that he can use to quickly tear through opponents, whether it be human, mutant, or whatever the fuck this thing is. Oh god, is that Gary Busey? What? No, that's El Gigante. Anyway, Leon over here also wields several rapid-fire weapons like SMGs and assault rifles. He can use these to quickly fill zombies with lead and tear through hordes of enemies. Come on, where's the cool stuff? This is just a whole bunch of standard guns. I want to see something like a rapid-fire sniper rifle that shoots high-caliber slug rounds that explode. Oh, while Leon may not have an arsenal as stupidly creative as a certain other Capcom zombie killer, he does pack a much bigger set of weapons than just handguns and rifles. Like what? Well, how about a flamethrower that you can use to burn through zombies quicker than I burn through my ammo in Resident Evil? Yeah, cause you're a chicken shit. I mean, can you really blame me? Have you ever played Resident Evil 4? You have to be able to quickly react to an opponent, turn and aim, and then hit them in the head before they can get to you. And there's usually like 9 or so of them at a time running at you full speed. So I don't see the problem with that. That's pretty standard stuff for a zombie game. Oh, did I mention that you have to use tank controls to quickly kill every zombie? They're all wielding pitchforks. Also, you can't move while aiming for some reason. I can't even tell you how many bullets I've wasted because I can't seem to aim quick enough. Oh yeah, tank controls. Why the fuck did they decide to keep tank controls in a game when switching to more action-style gameplay? Because Capcom loves to make things so needlessly difficult? Give me one example, okay? How about Mega Man, Street Fighter 1, 2, and 3, Resident Evil 1 through 4, and actually Dead Rising as well. Okay, touche, you win this round. Anyway, where was I? We were still talking about Leon's pew-pew weapons. Oh yeah. Let's see, here we go. Leon carries several grenades they can use to blow through hordes of zombies. But in case that throwing arm of his gets tired, he carries a big-ass grenade launcher with a revolver-style barrel of grenades. Although I can't imagine that'd be allowed in a cowboy duel. I don't know, they allowed me to use it when I entered my cowboy duel last week. Yeah, I blew off some asshole named McCree's arm. He wasn't even part of the battle, he was just in the crowd watching. Wow, you're an asshole. Anyway, if Leon's in the mood for something far more over the top and ridiculous than his grenade launcher, he carries the stupidly named Rocket Launcher Special. Rocket Launcher Special. That is one of the stupidest names for a weapon I think we've ever had to cover. Yeah, this gun may have a stupid name, but this RPG is actually ridiculous. How so? It's just a bazooka. Well, based on the rocket launcher's looks, it would be safe to compare it to the RPG-7 model. So what does that mean? Well, the RPG-7 was built to take down tanks in a single shot, and based on the red tip of the rockets he uses, they're probably thermobaric explosive boosters. In English, please, or at the very least, not nerd speak. Basically, this rocket launcher can create an explosion that's 60 motherfucking feet wide. Good luck escaping that one, you stupid zombies. Alright, that's pretty badass, actually. Definitely a lot cooler than that wimpy-ass pistol of his. Well, if you thought that was cool, wait until you hear about Leon's best weapon. What could be cooler than an RPG that busts apart tanks and creates 60-foot explosions? Leon's knife. You're shitting me, right? His knife is better than his big old bazooka? Oh, look at me with my scary butter knife. Oh, that thing? That's just a tank-busting RPG. It's kinda lame, especially compared to my knife. Look, I can spread butter and peanut butter with ease. Well, while it may not be as destructive as that RPG, Leon is quite proficient and lethal with this knife. You're gonna have to do some serious explaining because I, honest to God, do not believe you in the slightest. Well, his knife is ridiculously sharp. It can cut straight through padlocks and barrels like butter, plus he can use it for far more than just hacking and slashing. He can throw this thing at high speeds with super high accuracy as well. But more on that later. Oh man, you always save the cool stuff for later. Now, on the off chance Leon actually does get hit, he wears rather lightweight level 3 tactical body armor, which is pretty damn durable. So what, some raggedy old zombie can't shoot through it? Well, guess what? Zombies can't shoot through leather, and I guarantee you that's way lighter than body armor. Yeah, but can leather stop a bullet from a magnum or a frickin' rifle? Alright then, you've got me there. I don't know how to counter that point. Well, lastly, in Leon's arsenal is by far my best friend in a Resident Evil game. His herbs. Herbs, eh? We should have done Shaggy versus Leon Kennedy. What? Why? Two paranormal investigators who get high on herbs and have fought zombies. Also, just look at that hair. Someone needs to get Leon a hairstylist. Wait a second. Oh my god, is Leon Shaggy? Someone call MatPat. We need to get this to be a game theory. What? No. And green herbs aren't for smoking, they're for eating. I mean, if you want to go with the edible route, sure, but what? No, these herbs heal you. They're not for smoking. Yeah, marijuana has medical uses. Damn it, it's not fucking weed. It's a medical herb that he heals himself in the middle of a fight. Yeah, weed. It's not fucking weed. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about feats. Finally, I've been waiting forever to talk about guns and shit in a character's feats. Well, Leon is strong enough to kick a zombie with enough force to stun them for several seconds. And he can even crush a zombie skull with ease. Come on, get to the cool shit, like that time he held open the mouth of a super zombie shark. Oh, you think that's cool? Leon's strong enough to push a giant boulder with a little bit of help from a friend, and he's fist fought Chris frickin' Redfield to a standstill. Hell, he even stunned this big motherfucker in Resident Evil Vendetta for a few seconds with a single axe kick. And don't forget about Leon's weapons, he's packing some crazy guns. Like that RPG that we mentioned could create 60-foot explosions, or a shotgun that can output 4,200 joules of energy, or his Desert Eagle that can output 2,000 joules of energy. Damn, you really like your guns. Yes, I do. Well, let's go ahead and talk about speed. Leon's crazy fast. He can barrel roll out of the way of a surprise hatchet swing with ease. He's also fought rooms full of zombies without getting hit a single time, and even outran a tyrant, who can officially run at 43 miles per hour. He's also fast enough to dodge a moving laser grid. Although it was a grid and not an actual laser blast like a certain other Capcom zombie slayer, it's still pretty impressive. And unlike his presidential counterpart, Leon can actually dodge bullets instead of catching them in his skull. For a frame of reference, a standard bullet travels about 1,700 miles per hour. In other words, really damn fast. Leon can also throw his knife faster than the human can react. Hell, this one guy didn't even notice there was a knife in his hand until seconds later. Holy shit, that's one fast knife. Yeah, and Leon's also super durable. He can jump out of a 4th-story window unharmed. He can also take hits from pitchforks and even chainsaws, and he's gone toe-to-toe with Chris Redfield before. Hell, he's even survived a bullet, unlike the real Kennedy. Also, he fought this jackass guy, Jack Krauser, who can jump 40 freaking feet into the air. Yeah, sure, that guy, whatever his name was. Leon's also brilliant. He's trained in martial arts and can use almost any gun he gets a hold of. He's also an ex-cop and current special forces officer. On top of that, he can adapt to almost any enemy like he does with those crazy-ass BOWs he fights every couple of minutes. Yeah, the poor bastard isn't perfect though. He puts others before himself, which can lead him into scenarios where he can die. Man, he needs to stop being so nice to people. If he would just put himself first a couple of times, he wouldn't come this close to death all the time. At the end of the day, Leon is here to kick some zombie ass, and if he's lucky, find some of those special herbs. Haha, it's weed. What? No.
Got some business to take care of. See you later.
Women.
Ah, Mike Myers. Man, this guy seems to only play so bad they're good characters. Wait, what are you talking about? You know, Mike Myers. He played Shrek, Cat in the Hat, Austin Powers. Honestly, he's a pretty damn funny guy. What the actual fuck are you talking about? Mike Myers, the beloved comedy actor. You know we're talking about Michael Myers, right? Oh shit, really? Let me go update my research. I'll be right back. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about Michael Myers' powers. Wait, the knife-wielding William Shatner has powers? Yeah, he actually has a few. For one, Michael has immense pain tolerance. For example, Lori once shut off his fucking hand with a shotgun, and Michael kept trying to kill her. Man, what a trooper. Holy shit, Lori's a fucking monster. And good on Michael for keeping at it. I mean, I'd be like 7 times more pissed if someone blew off my hand. How else am I gonna play Street Fighter? Yeah, I know, right? Anyway, what else does Michael have? Michael also seemingly has a healing factor that's incredibly impressive. So impressive that he once had both of his eyes shot out, and they were back later. Hell, he's healed from lethal gunshots before over quick periods of time. Except for that shotgun blast to the hand. I don't understand why that one didn't heal. Alright, that's pretty badass. But, does he have anything beyond pain tolerance and healing? Because those are pretty generic slasher abilities to have. I mean, he has the ability to create illusions sometimes, but it's incredibly inconsistent and stupid. Like, really fucking inconsistent. Alright, but what about that whole thing where he had to kill Michael's family before he could fully kill off Michael? Well, that was only a thing for like one movie, and it's heavily contradicted in other movies. Like in the 2018 version, where he dies in a house that's on fire. And let me tell you something, apparently Laurie is related to Michael, but not in the 2018 version. So I would just like to say that Michael Myers doesn't give two shits about continuity. Is it really that difficult to have any sort of continuity? I got to go through this with Jason Voorhees too, but at least his shit was somewhat more consistent. This is fucking ridiculous. They are changing the relationships that people have in these movies. God, my... Alright, I think we need to take a quick break so you can calm down. I'm sorry, I just want horror movies to have any sort of canonicity. Please! Alright, we're gonna go let him calm down for a second. Alright, so, isn't Michael immortal? That seems like a big thing we're missing, right? Well, yeah, but it's strange. He can die, but he just comes back next Halloween. So it won't be something that he could use in this fight because this is a one-time battle to the death. So respawning yearly wouldn't exactly help him at all. Oh, that's why they call it Halloween. I thought it's because he dressed up like William Shatner. I'm just gonna ignore how stupid that was and move on. So, how many killing tools does this Michael guy have? Or do you just assume he carries some big arsenal? Well, typically you have a shit ton of powers or you have a shit ton of weapons. And Michael is severely lacking in powers, so clearly he has to have a big arsenal. Well, allow me to break your heart there. Michael carries a singular weapon. Oh, so it's like a really cool weapon like the BFG, or the Vampire Killer. Oh man, I wish he had the Vampire Killer. Nope, just a standard kitchen knife. Like the one you use to cut vegetables and shit. Yep, except Michael's cutting people, not carrots. Wow, that's kind of dark. So let's go ahead and talk about feats. Fuck already, that was quick. Yep, Michael isn't a complicated guy. He's just a man with a knife and a mask. Michael is strong enough to break through the metal fence in the back of a police car with a few kicks. He can crush a man's skull with a single stomp. Alright, that's actually pretty badass. He can also decapitate a woman with a single string of his knife, somehow. And he can rip wooden doors out their frickin' hinges. Hell, he can even tackle people through wooden walls, plus he's uprooted his tombstone and even lifted a counter. Huh, after all the slasher feats from Jason and Freddy, these seem far less cool. Yeah, but unlike Jason, Michael doesn't have a weird-ass movie in space. Well, you've got me there. Anyway, Michael's also super quick. Yeah, right, this guy moves slower than an overweight snail in molasses. Did you just say molasses? Yes, I did. I'm just gonna ignore that whole analogy. Well, on more than one occasion, Michael has moved quick enough to vanish from sight. He's also killed several guards before they could actually attack him. Alright, that's pretty cool. And by far the most surprising thing he's ever done was dodge a bullet. You're telling me this slow son of a bitch dodged a bullet? Alright, Michael, you've earned my respect. You think that's impressive? Michael's best attribute has to be his durability. Because no joke, this guy is built like a tank. Yeah, you're not kidding. He survived being rammed by an armored police car at full speed and taking a crowbar to the back of the head with little damage. Yeah, and he survived several shotgun blasts from multiple cops, and he's fallen down a mine shaft and even out of a second-story window. But most impressively is when he survived that explosion that demolished an entire hospital room. Now, the most surprising thing is how smart Michael is. He may be a brute killer, but he's more than capable of hiding from his victims and sneak attacking them easily. Hell, he even managed to learn how to drive a car despite being locked up since he was like 7. Who the hell taught this man to drive? Nobody. They never addressed that. He just somehow knows how to drive and spends a good chunk of his first ever movie driving, despite being locked up since he was like fucking 7. Stupidity of horror movies aside, the big guy isn't perfect. Yeah, Michael has been prone to fits of blind rage when he's taken too much damage, like that time when he had his hand blown off. And he didn't seem to die in that burning house at the end of Halloween, so we do know that fire is actually effective against him. The original Halloween? No, the 2018 Halloween. Wow, they really should have come up with a better name for that one. Yeah, they really should have. Either way, Michael Myers is one trick-or-treater you don't want to give a Necco wafer to.
Say something.
Alright, our combatants are set, but only one retro horror icon can come out on top in a fight to the death. Let's settle this! Leon Kennedy is walking through a neighborhood where he has heard reports of a mutant of sorts killing civilians. As he arrives, he sees Michael in the distance under a streetlight with a woman running away screaming in fear with cuts across her body. The light flickers and Michael seemingly gets closer to the woman. Leon points his gun at Michael and tells the woman to run. The woman sprints past Leon as Michael starts to walk towards Leon slightly faster. Leon fires the handgun at Michael, hitting him clean in the head, causing him to stumble back. Leon reaches for his earpiece to tell his team that he neutralized the target, but before he finishes his sentence, Michael continues to move forward. Leon points his gun at Michael, who rushes forward at Leon and slashes at him. Leon rolls to the side and spin kicks Michael, causing him to step back. Leon quickly rushes over and knees Michael in the gut before unloading several pistol rounds into Michael's back. Leon starts to reload as Michael gets up and slashes Leon, cutting him across the chest. Leon covers his wound with his hand as Michael grabs him by the throat and holds him up while choking him. Leon reaches for his gun, but Michael grabs it and throws it to the side before repeatedly slamming Leon into a street light. Leon is struggling to breathe as he grabs his knife and stabs it into the side of Michael's head. Michael throws Leon's body into his car as he rips the knife out of his head. Leon looks at Michael as he struggles to get up after the attack. Michael continues to walk towards him as Leon quickly digs through his truck and grabs his shotgun as Michael gets closer. Michael swings his knife at Leon, who ducks under him and shoots Michael in the chest with his shotgun. As Michael stumbles back, Leon rolls past him and grabs him from behind. Michael reorients himself as Leon bends back, suplexing Michael and slamming his body into the ground. Leon runs over and grabs his knife and handgun as Michael starts to stand back up. Leon rushes back at Michael, who slashes the knife at Leon, cutting him across the arm, before following up with a stab to his shoulder and then another slash to Leon's stomach. Michael then goes to kick Leon, but he dodges to the side, firing several shots into Michael's chest. Michael stares at Leon before rushing forward and tackling him, knocking him to the ground. Leon tries to get back up, but Michael walks over and stomps on Leon's head. Michael lifts up his foot to stomp on it again, but Leon rolls to the side and shoots Michael in the knee, causing him to collapse onto his knees. Leon rushes over to a nearby house, grabs an herb and eats it as his wounds start to heal slightly. Michael tries to get back up as Leon looks around for a new weapon as he drops his empty handgun. Leon looks over to see an abandoned Special Forces car with an RPG in the back. He quickly rushes over and grabs it as Michael stands back up. Leon takes aim and fires the rocket at Michael, causing a massive explosion, incinerating his body. Leon then puts down the empty rocket launcher as Michael's charred skull flies through the air and lands next to him. Leon then lets his team know that he took out the threat and returns to his base. Ha! He fucking blew up Captain Kirk! Suck it, you fucking Trekkies! Yeah, Leon just ripped Michael apart in this fight, but it really wasn't as one-sided as you would think. Really? Yeah, let me show you through their stats. Michael's done some pretty impressive shit, like surviving an explosion that destroyed a hospital room, and even surviving an armored police car ramming into him at full speed. Hell, he's strong enough to decapitate people with a single swing of his knife, and even crush a human skull with his bare hands or a single stomp. And while those feats are impressive, they only put Michael at wall level. That's still super impressive, especially for a guy with a knife and a mask. Yeah, it is impressive, but Leon can also do some impressive shit. Well, you see, Leon can fight giant zombies like El Gigante. He's more than capable of fighting on par with Chris Redfield and even Jack. And as I mentioned, Jack can jump 40 feet into the air. Hell, Leon can push giant boulders and hold open the jaws of zombie sharks. This should all mean that Leon is about wall level. Alright, so what about speed? Michael's done some impressive shit, I remember that much. Well, yeah, Michael was fast enough to vanish from sight, kill several guards before they could react, and even dodge a bullet. But Leon's capable of outrunning tyrants who can run at 43 miles per hour, and he's even dodged bullets before. This would mean at their absolute best, both Leon and Michael can fight at supersonic speeds. Damn, I can see why this fight was super close. But you see, this is where the advantages start to fall into Leon's category. What do you mean, we just covered stats? But see, that was Leon's physical stats. I didn't mention any of his weaponry yet. Ooh, my favorite part. Oh yeah. Leon's victory starts to become far more clear when we start to compare his arsenal to Michael's powers and, well, his arsenal. For one, Leon wields several guns, like shotguns, rifles, assault rifles, and of course his signature handguns like the Silver Ghost. Yeah, but doesn't Michael shrug off and heal from gunshots all the time? Well, yes, but at the same time we do know that they can do some serious damage to him, like in Halloween. The original? No, the 2018 version. They really need a better name for it. Anyway, in that movie, Michael gets most of his hand blown off by a shotgun, so we do know that guns can hurt him. And if you need even more proof, he took several bullets to the head and was actually phased by them. Alright, fair enough, but I don't think a handgun is enough for Leon to put Michael down for good. Does he have anything more dangerous? Well, if you thought that Leon's basic arsenal wasn't enough to kill off Michael, maybe a few of his other weapons will convince you that Leon has what it takes to finish off Michael. Alright, lay him on me. Well, in Halloween, the 2018 version, Michael gets trapped in a house and burned to death. Why is this important? Well, Leon carries a big-ass flamethrower that he could use to simply burn Michael to death like in the movie, or he can use his grenades or a grenade launcher. Alright, I understand the flamethrower being a weapon that can kill Michael, but didn't you say he survived an explosion in that hospital room? Yes, but it was a shitty small explosion and not a grenade blast. And even if he could survive the grenades, Leon has his RPG, which would make super quick work of Mr. Myers. How so? Well, if you remember, I said that the RPG was designed to destroy tanks in a single shot. Hell, its explosions are 60 fucking feet wide. I don't think that Michael will be surviving that one. Alright, but what about his healing factor and pain tolerance? Well, while being able to heal and power through lethal wounds will prove incredibly useful for this fight, they definitely aren't enough to get him the win, especially against Leon and his expansive arsenal of guns, explosives, and overall training. Which leads me into one of my favorite points of this fight. Which is, well, funny enough, Leon's more skilled with his knife than Michael. Bullshit! Well, Leon can win knife fights against trained soldiers, and he can throw the knife faster than the human eye can track. Michael, on the other hand, just kind of stabs and slashes at teenagers who don't really fight back. So, what about Michael's immortality then? Well, as I said during Michael's analysis, his power to resurrect every Halloween wouldn't affect this fight. Because, well, coming back in a year doesn't make any sense for this fight. So what if he comes back next year? Leon could just take him out again, and chances are he'd be in better condition and have more ammunition. Okay, touche. What about that whole killing his family thing? That is heavily contradicted in other movies and is a no-limits fallacy, so it can't be applied to this fight. What do you mean it's contradicted? Well, as I mentioned in the analysis, Lori was once related to Michael, but for some reason isn't anymore, because fuck continuity. Also, she was dead in previous movies, and now she's like the main good guy of the new 2018 one. Again, fuck continuity. God forbid horror movies have continuity! So, Leon had an arsenal of weapons that Michael couldn't compete with, and he could outmatch him in a knife fight. Well, shit, Leon really had this fight in the bag. Yeah, it looks like Leon's win wasn't a hollow win. That was fucking terrible. Our winner is Leon Kennedy.
Leon, sorry I'm late. Had to take the stairs.
Next time on Combo Breaker! Actually, I have some thank yous to give out. For one, I want to give a huge thank you to Ghost Host Boy for getting me this custom Leon render that I used in the post-analysis, and I want to give another huge thank you to him for making that fake game theory thumbnail. Honestly, he does some amazing work, and I just want to give a huge shout out to him. And second of all, I want to give a huge shout out to FlameKitty420 for making this Next Time trailer. This is an idea he gave me forever ago, and he made the trailer over a year ago. So I don't want to spoil any more about what the trailer is, so big thanks to those guys, and here's the next time. Fuck yeah! I love Banjo-Kazooie, and they're finally in Smash Brothers, so let's have them fight those damn wannabes. Banjo-Kazooie versus Duck Hunt. Yes! Leave your predictions in the comments down below. Have a wonderful day, guys. Banjo and Smash!